One. So today I'm going to start schemes. Okay, so government schemes. First is Ayushman Bharat scheme. Ayushman Bharat. So Ayushman Bharat scheme is the government has announced two major initiatives. First is announced Ayushman Bharat program, and here is to address the health holistically in primary, secondary, and tertiary system. So primary, secondary, and tertiary system. Health should be addressed, and health and wellness center. Health and wellness center. First is health and wellness center. Second is National Health Protection Scheme. National Health Protection Scheme. So health and wellness center and national health protection scheme, these two criterias. So health and wellness centers are National Health Policy 2017, which was advises the health and wellness center. Okay, and under the 1.5 lakh centers bring wealth care system, and the center will provide comprehensive health care including non-communicable disease and maternal and child health service. Free essential drug and diagnostic service will be there, and contribution of private sector, CSR, and philanthropic institution will be there. CSR will be there, and philanthropic institution will be there. So National Health Protection Scheme. Now National Health protection scheme. So the scheme will integrate two ongoing centrally sponsored scheme: Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana and Senior Citizen Health Insurance Scheme. So Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana and Senior Citizen Scheme. Senior Citizen Health Insurance Scheme will be there. Okay, these two schemes will be submerged: Rashtriya Swasthya Bima and Senior Citizen Insurance Scheme, National Health Protection Scheme. So there will be socio-economic caste census 2011 will be taken here, and the scheme provide coverage of up to 5 lakh per family per year for secondary and tertiary hospitalization. How much money they are giving? 5 lakh per family. Okay, 5 lakh rupees they are providing per family and per year. It is family. Okay, so it is family. And socio-economic caste census. Caste census 2011. This will be the basically, and secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. So no cap on family size also there. No cap of family size, and pre and post hospitalization expenses including in there, and pre-existing condition being in the policy. So this is the responsibility of healthcare services. Contribute 40% of the funding also. National Health National Health Protection Scheme considers the 40% of total funding in this. National Health Protection Scheme is that 40% of funding they are included in that, and they will allow to expand the scheme both horizontally and vertically, and they will be free to choose modalities for implementation. State health agency will help them. State health agencies are there, they to implement a scheme, and district level also it will in district level state health authority will be there, agency will be there, and Niti Aayog will be there. Niti Aayog to implement a scheme and district level, and structure for implementation. So Niti Aayog to operationalize a robust, modular, and interoperable IT platform, and IT platform will be there also. And government medical colleges and hospital will be set up, upgrading the existing district hospital, and one medical college for every 3 parliamentary constituency, and one government medical college in each state, and enhance the accessibility of quality medical education, and world largest government funded healthcare program. It is the world largest. So world largest program. Okay, world largest program this one is. So we should have awareness about this program. Now second one is Eklavya School. Second scheme is Eklavya School. Eklavya School. This is the second scheme. So the government has announced the setting up Eklavya Residential provide education to local environment, tribal This is for tribal areas and tribal peoples. So 50% of SC and at least 20,000 of tribal people will be included in this by 2022. 2022. Okay, so this is the Eklavya school will be on par the with Navodaya Vidyalaya, and it will have special facilities like culture beside providing training. It has around many years now. Eklavya Residential School is it's new, so government singled the in budget also. Now Navodaya Vidyalaya. Next one is Navodaya. Navodaya. Okay, so Navodaya Vidyalaya are residential school providing good quality modern education to class 8 to talented children predominantly from the rural areas and economic condition. The rural area who have not good economic condition, 75% of rural area and children belonging to ST and SC community. SC and ST community will be included in that. Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti registered society as autonomous organization. Ministry of HRD, Ministry of HRD, now Ministry of Education will be going for that, and government announced 62 new Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya also, and Tamil Nadu remains the only state which does not have Jawahar Navodaya, but because of the importance in the Hindi in this school. Okay, so now next one is revitalization infrastructure system education RISE scheme. RISE scheme is there, revitalization of infrastructure and system in education. This is basically for educational. It is the centrally funded institutes including Central University, IIT, IIM, NEET, okay, IISCR. So centrally funded institution including these all, and the institution can borrow 1 lakh crore in next 4 years, and HEFA is the implementing agency. So higher education financial agency is there, and that has been constituted non-bank. It is a NBFC, non-bank financial company in HEFA is, and in Indian Institute of Technology will get largest part of loan on per RISE scheme. Second is HEFA. What is the HEFA? So I basically described it is a NBFC, and it provides the loan to the institutions. So it is a HEFA was set up in the section 8 of Company Act, and HEFA will mobilize fund in market and will provide 10-year loan to all centrally run institute, and for mobilization of corpus 1 lakh crore HEFA will require 10,000 crore, and moreover Canara Bank will bear the remaining amount of Canara Bank was the partner of central government setting HEFA, and all the project whether infrastructure or research project will sanction in HEFA, and under this scheme HEFA will directly release the sanction amount to vendors and contractors also. Okay, so this amount will get released in certification, and in RISE program must be paid back over the 10 years. Okay, so this is the HEFA all about. Next is Prime Minister Research Fellowship Scheme. Prime Minister Research Fellowship Scheme. It is the aim attracting the talent pool and country to doctoral, PhD and IIT and IISc for carrying out research in cutting edge science and technology, and scheme students who have completed or are pursuing the final year BTech, integrated MTech, IIT and IISCR, NIT. Okay, so it is centrally funded scheme. There will be like 75,000 rupees they will give per month. In third year 80,000, now 75,000 in 2 years, then 80,000. Apart from 2 lakh per year will be provided each of the fellow for the period of 5 years to cover academic contingency expenses, and 7 year beginning maximum of 3,000. So 3,000 fellow will be there, PM Research Fellowship Scheme. Next is Operation Green. Operation Green. So Operation Green is the operation in line of Operation Flood. It's 2022, like doubling the income of farmer, named to promote like price fixation scheme, essentially that aim to ensure farmer are given the right price for their produce, so reduce the volatility, and it is basically for the tomato, potato and onion. Okay, so this Operation Green is very important. In 2022 it will be implemented as the line of the Operation Flood to reduce the price volatility. Next is Kisan credit card. Kisan credit card. Kisan credit card. So this Kisan credit card, fishermen and cattle owners will be assured the fund from the Kisan credit card. It is adequate and timely credit support from the banking system under single window and flexible. It deploys simplified procedure to give credit to the farmers and to meet the short-term credit requirement, post-harvest expenses, produce the marketing loans, consumption requirement of the farmer, working capital for maintenance of the farm asset and activities, investment of credit in agriculture and allied activities. So there will be ATM and RuPay card and one-time documentation build-up escalating in the limit and any number of withdrawal within the limit. So this is the whole scheme KCC. This was in 2018 and 19 budget also, and now again it will be implemented by the government. So this was the whole about the Kisan credit card. So scheme includes small farmer, marginal farmers, and self-help group or joint liability group will be beneficiaries. Now next one is affordable housing scheme. Affordable housing. So affordable housing is the government has announced a dedicated affordable housing national housing board. There will be a national housing board, and it will receive fund from priority sector lending, shortfall and fully serviced bond authorized to the government of India. 1 crore household in the rural area, and Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana will be there. Ministry of Urban Development is implementing this. Ministry of Urban Development is implementing this scheme and merged with Ministry of Housing and new Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So all the scheme under Ministry of Urban Development has been subsumed under Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs now. So it is affordable housing scheme. So 1 crore household will be now with the houses. 1 crore households in the rural area like Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, they included in that. So National Housing Bank is providing them loan. Next is Govardhan. Govardhan. Okay, Govardhan scheme is Bio Agro Resources Dhan scheme, first announced in budget 2018. Managing and converting cattle dung and solid waste in farm to compost, biogas and bio CNG will help in keeping village clean, increasing income and self-help group, and creating society that will help clean energy, green jobs. It will be selected for implementing 700 districts. Okay, next one is किसान ऊर्जा सुरक्षा एवं उत्थान महाभियान कुसुम. किसान ऊर्जा सुरक्षा एवं उत्थान महाभियान is farmer oriented solar power scheme, and there's solar power production of 250 megawatt and 5 year will be there. Okay, so it is government has planned to incentive farmer to run solar farm, water pump and provision for solarization of tube wells, irrigation project. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy is there. So 10,000 megawatt solar energy and sale it grid, providing incentive to DISCOM to purchase electricity and subsidy to farmer. 17.5 lakh of grid solar farm pumps and 7250 megawatt capacity will be involved in grid connectivity, and grid connected water pump involve 8250 megawatt capacity. So reduction in the transmission losses, support to the financial health of the DISCOM by cutting the burden of agriculture subsidy, supporting state in meeting their renewable purchase obligations, and promotion of energy efficiency and providing the water security to the farmer. This is the basically 28250 megawatt over the 5 year solar power production in this Kusum scheme, Urja Suraksha Evam Utthan Mahabhiyan. So Ministry of New and Renewable Energies upgrading this, and utilization of barren land with the 10,000 megawatt of solar energy. So DISCOM will be giving the electricity for the produce. So next one is soil health card. Soil health card. So Ministry of Agriculture updated the funding pattern for the soil health and scheme implemented by National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. So there will be 19:10 and 16:4 will be the ratio. This will be in the Himachal Pradesh and eastern area, and 60-40 will be in the normal districts, and 100% central government will in UTs. Okay, in UT that will be 100%. So next is Zero Hunger Program. One of the occasion of World Food Day. World Food Day is October 16. So three districts in India will initiate the ambitious Zero Hunger Program through intervention in farm sector. So Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, Koraput in Odisha, and Thane in Maharashtra. Three districts selected. Dedicated farm-based program and India's sustainable development goals to end the hunger by 2013. So Gorakhpur, Koraput and Thane. Okay, Indian Council of Agriculture Research is association with the Indian Council of Medical Research. So MS Swaminathan Research Foundation and Biotechnology Industry Research Assistant will be there. Birak and Mr. Swaminathan Foundation. So program consists organization of farming system for nutrition, setting up genetic gardens, zero hunger training, and germ plants of naturally bio fortified crops, and micronutrient deficiency including iron, iodine, and vitamin A and zinc. Okay. Next one is Pusa Krishi. Pusa Krishi. It's a new mobile app, Pusa Krishi technology to farm field. So Indian Council of Agriculture Research is conserving cultivation practice as well as farm machinery, and implementation will help in increasing returns up to farmers. So farmer return will be increased with Pusa. Kisan Suvidha. Kisan Suvidha. Kisan Suvidha is the mobile app developed by Ministry of Agriculture that aims to providing information to farmer on weather, prices, machinery, and identification of management of crops and disease. Next is Udan scheme. Udan Phase 2 scheme. It is the Ministry of Civil Aviation implementing to facilitate regional air connectivity and in the affordable price. Okay, so Airport Authority of India is implementing agency, and Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik is the slogan. New priorities area will be there. 325 routes will be there, and newly created priority Jammu Kashmir, North East, Andaman Nicobar, and Lakshadweep Iceland will be there. So included the strategic airport like Jammu Kashmir, Pakyong in Sikkim, Kargil in Jammu Kashmir, Teju in Arunachal Pradesh, and civilian connectivity. Then phase 2 will be also be served by helicopters, and viability gap funding will be reduced, like increase 50% for the seat set aside for being offered at discounted rate. All seat up to the 13 passenger for helicopter. Airport Authority of India is going to regional connectivity, and 50,000 per flight on the routes not operated under Udan. So regional connectivity levy the 5,000 per flight on the routes. Okay. Now implementation of Udan. So Udan will be implemented through viability gap funding, and a regional connectivity fund will be there, and the 80-20 will be in the northeastern area, and Union Territory 19-10 will be the fund distribution, and a period of 10 year will be on the notification, and 2500 rate rupees only you required to go for a flight in a shorter distance, and 50% of seats will be for the regional connectivity fund. They will take that all, and there will be a excise duty 2% reduction, and in weight also 1% reduction in because there's aviation turbine fuel is there, so that's why.